In the neon-lit heart of modern Tokyo, a luxury apartment building stands on ground that has been silent for centuries. But within its walls, the air remains unnaturally cold, and the sound of a woman counting plates can still be heard echoing through the vents. This is not just a ghost story. It is a manifestation of Onryo, the vengeful spirits of Japan, whose rage is so profound it transcends the boundary of death. For over 1,000 years, these spirits have returned to the physical world, not to haunt, but to systematically dismantle the lives of those who wronged them. Why does Japan have such a deep-seated connection to the idea of the returning spirit? And what happens when the vengeance of the dead becomes an inescapable reality for the living?
The concept of the Onryo is unique to Japanese culture, representing a spirit that was wronged in life and returns to seek retribution. Unlike Western ghosts, which often haunt a specific location, an Onryo is a force of nature, driven by a singular, unquenchable desire for justice. Their presence is marked by a transformation of the physical world, a sudden drop in temperature, the malfunctioning of electronics, and a pervasive sense of dread that can drive a person to the brink of insanity. To understand the power of these spirits, we must first look at the stories that have shaped the Japanese psyche for generations, beginning with the most famous of them all, the tale of Oiwa.
Oiwa was a woman of noble character who was betrayed by her husband, Aimon. Seeking to marry into a wealthier family, Aimon poisoned Oiwa, disfiguring her face and eventually leading to her death. But Oiwa's spirit did not depart. It remained, her disfigured face appearing in every mirror Aimon looked into, her voice whispering his name in the dead of night. Mystery Code believes that the true horror of Oiwa's story lies not in her appearance, but in the psychological torture she inflicted upon her husband, driving him to murder his new bride and father-in-law before finally losing his own life. The curse of Oiwa is so potent that even today, actors who play her role in theatrical productions must visit her grave to ask for her blessing, lest they suffer the same fate. The tragedy of Oiwa is a recurring theme in Japanese folklore, where the transition from a person to an Onryo is triggered by a profound betrayal. This process is often described as a hardening of the soul, where the emotions of anger and grief become so concentrated that they survive the death of the body. This state of being is not a choice, but a spiritual necessity, a way for the victim to reclaim the power that was stolen from them in life. In the case of Okiku, a young servant girl, her vengeance was tied to a set of 9 precious plates. When she was accused of losing one of the plates, she was thrown into a well, where her spirit remains to this day, counting the plates over and over, always stopping at 9. Okiku's story, known as Bancho Sarayashiki, highlights the social dimensions of the Onryo. As a servant, she had no power in the physical world, but as a spirit, she became a force that could not be ignored. The sound of her counting is a constant reminder of the injustice she suffered, a sonic wound that never heals. This is a common pattern in Japanese ghost stories. The spirit's vengeance is often a reflection of the systemic failures of the society in which they lived. The Onryo is a voice for the voiceless, a terrifying manifestation of the consequences of unchecked power and cruelty. But what happens when the spirit's rage extends beyond the person who wronged them? This is the terrifying reality of the Kuchisake-onna, the slit-mouthed woman. According to legend, she was once a beautiful woman who was mutilated by her jealous husband. Her spirit now wanders the streets wearing a surgical mask and asking passers-by if they find her beautiful. No matter the answer, the result is often fatal. This urban legend, which gained massive popularity in the late 1970s, shows how the concept of the Onryo can adapt to the modern world, preying on the anxieties of a contemporary society. The Kuchisake-onna is a symbol of the enduring power of vanity and the destructive nature of jealousy. The transition from ancient folklore to modern urban legend is a testament to the resilience of the Onryo archetype. These spirits are not just relics of the past, they are active participants in the modern world, their stories evolving to reflect current fears and social issues. Mystery Code has found that the common thread in all these hauntings is the idea of an unresolved trauma that demands recognition. The Onryo is not just seeking revenge, they are seeking a witness to their suffering, a way to ensure that their story is never forgotten. This is why the rituals associated with these spirits are so important, as they provide a way for the living to acknowledge and honor the dead. The psychological impact of these stories is profound, shaping the way Japanese people perceive death and the afterlife. The idea that a spirit can return to seek justice provides a sense of moral order in an often unjust world. It suggests that even in death, one can still exert influence and demand accountability. However, this also creates a sense of perpetual vulnerability, as anyone could potentially become the target of an Onryo's rage. The line between the living and the dead is incredibly thin in Japan, and the stories of these spirits serve as a constant reminder of the importance of living a life of integrity and compassion. In the historical context, the emergence of the Onryo as a major cultural force can be traced back to the Heian period, a time of significant political upheaval and social change. During this era, the belief in spirits was widespread, and the fear of their influence was a major factor in government decision-making. The death of high-ranking officials under mysterious circumstances was often attributed to the work of vengeful spirits, leading to the establishment of shrines and the performance of elaborate rituals to appease them. This shows that the Onryo was not just a personal problem, but a matter of national security, a force that could destabilize the entire country. One of the most powerful examples of this is the story of Sugawara no Michizane, a scholar and politician who was unjustly exiled and died in disgrace. Shortly after his death, a series of disasters struck the capital, including lightning strikes and the deaths of those who had plotted against him. To appease his spirit, the government posthumously restored his rank and deified him as Tenjin, the god of learning. This transformation of a vengeful spirit into a benevolent deity is a unique aspect of Japanese spiritual practice, showing that even the most terrifying Onryo can be pacified through recognition and honor. This process of deification highlights the dual nature of these spirits. They are both a source of terror and a potential source of protection. If their rage is acknowledged and their story is told, they can become powerful allies, their strength redirected towards the well-being of the community. This is why the storytelling aspect of the Onryo is so crucial. By recounting their tales, we are not just sharing ghost stories, we are performing a ritual of remembrance, a way to integrate the trauma of the past into the present. The Onryo is a mirror, reflecting the darkest aspects of humanity and challenging us to do better. In modern times, the influence of the Onryo can be seen in the global popularity of Japanese horror films, such as Ringu and Ju-on. These movies have introduced a worldwide audience to the terrifying imagery and psychological depth of Japanese ghost stories. The long black hair, the pale skin, and the disjointed movements of the spirits have become iconic, representing a new standard for horror. But beneath the scares, these films remain deeply rooted in the traditional concepts of the Onryo, exploring themes of abandonment, neglect, and the enduring power of a mother's rage. Mystery Code views these modern interpretations as a vital continuation of the ancient tradition, keeping the spirit of the Onryo alive in the digital age. The technical mastery behind these films, combined with their emotional resonance, has made them a cornerstone of the horror genre. They tap into a universal fear of the unknown and the idea that our past actions can come back to haunt us. The Onryo is a manifestation of the collective unconscious, a figure that represents the repressed emotions and hidden shames of a society. By confronting these spirits on the screen, we are able to process our own fears and anxieties in a safe environment. But the real-life stories that inspire these films are often far more terrifying, serving as a reminder that the boundary between fiction and reality is more porous than we might like to believe. Consider the case of the Aokigahara Forest, often referred to as the Sea of Trees.
Located at the base of Mount Fuji, this dense forest is notorious for its association with suicide. Many believe that the forest is haunted by the yurei, the spirits of those who died there, their presence creating a heavy, oppressive atmosphere that can disorient and confuse the living. While not all yurei are Onryo, the intensity of the emotions felt in the forest can lead to the creation of vengeful spirits, their rage trapped within the ancient trees. The stories of those who have encountered these spirits are chilling, describing whispers in the wind and the feeling of being watched by unseen eyes.
The ecological and spiritual significance of the forest cannot be overstated. It is a place where the natural world and the spirit world intersect, creating a unique environment that is both beautiful and terrifying. The efforts to prevent suicides and to honor those who have died in the forest are a modern-day equivalent of the ancient rituals used to appease the Onryo. It is an ongoing struggle to balance the needs of the living with the demands of the dead, a constant negotiation that defines the Japanese relationship with the spiritual realm. The forest is a living monument to the power of the spirit and the enduring impact of human suffering.
Another significant location in the landscape of Japanese hauntings is the city of Kyoto, which served as the imperial capital for over 1,000 years. The city is filled with ancient temples, shrines, and historical sites, many of which are said to be haunted by the spirits of the past. The intricate network of spiritual defenses built into the city's layout shows how seriously the threat of the Onryo was taken. From the placement of shrines at strategic points to the performance of annual festivals, the entire city was designed to keep the spirits at bay and ensure the prosperity of the empire. This historical legacy is still visible today, with many modern residents continuing to observe the traditional customs and rituals. The persistence of these beliefs in the face of modern science and technology is a fascinating aspect of Japanese culture. It suggests that some things are beyond the reach of rational explanation, and that the spirit world remains a powerful force in our lives. The stories of the Onryo are not just about the past, they are about the present and the future, a reminder that our actions have consequences that can last far beyond our lifetimes. They challenge us to look at the world with a sense of wonder and humility, acknowledging that there is much we do not understand. The role of the media in shaping our perception of these spirits is also significant. From traditional kabuki theater to modern manga and anime, the stories of the Onryo have been told and retold in countless ways. Each new interpretation adds a layer of complexity and depth to the archetype, ensuring its continued relevance. This constant evolution is what makes the Onryo such a compelling figure, a being that is both ancient and modern, familiar and terrifying. The power of storytelling is central to the human experience, and the stories of these spirits are some of the most powerful and enduring tales ever told. In conclusion, the vengeful spirits of Japan, the Onryo, are a terrifying and profound manifestation of human emotion. They represent the ultimate consequence of injustice and the enduring power of the soul. From the ancient tales of Oiwa and Okiku to the modern urban legends of the Kuchisake-onna, these spirits continue to haunt the Japanese psyche, their stories serving as a constant reminder of the importance of compassion, integrity, and remembrance. Mystery Code believes that by understanding these spirits, we can gain a deeper insight into the darkest corners of the human heart and the enduring power of the past. The thin line between the living and the dead is a central theme in Japanese culture, and the stories of the Onryo are the most vivid expression of this belief. They are a testament to the resilience of the spirit and the power of memory. Whether we believe in ghosts or not, the impact of these stories is undeniable, shaping the way we see ourselves and the world around us. The Onryo is a figure that will continue to haunt our imaginations for generations to come, a terrifying reminder that the dead do not always stay silent, and that the past is never truly gone. As we move forward into an increasingly complex and interconnected world, the stories of the Onryo provide a vital link to our shared humanity.
They remind us of the universal nature of suffering and the importance of empathy. By listening to the voices of the dead, we can learn to be better to the living, ensuring that the cycle of vengeance and pain is finally broken. The legacy of the vengeful spirits of Japan is not just one of terror, but one of profound transformation, a journey from the depths of despair to the possibility of peace.
The final reveal of the Onryo's power is not in the destruction they cause, but in the change they inspire in the living. Their presence forces us to confront the truth about ourselves and our society, demanding that we acknowledge the wrongs we have committed and work towards a more just and compassionate world. This is the ultimate vengeance of the dead, to make the living truly see. The story of the Onryo is far from over. It is a living, breathing part of our world, a constant presence that reminds us of the power of the spirit and the enduring importance of the truth.
As the sun sets over the skyscrapers of Tokyo and the city lights begin to flicker, the boundary between the worlds grows thin once again. In the shadows of the ancient temples and the silent hallways of modern apartments, the spirits of the past are waiting. They are the silent witnesses to our lives, the guardians of the truth, and the manifestations of our deepest fears. The vengeful spirits of Japan are not just a part of history, they are a part of us, their stories woven into the fabric of our existence. And as long as there is injustice in the world, the Onryo will continue to return, their voices echoing through the ages.